on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome into the morning hookup. Phillips, YZ hanging out with you over there on the ones and twos. Happy Wednesday. Hope your middle of the week's off to a great start. Be a hot one today. Hot, hot, hot. As the show will be hot, we have a lot to get to. World Cup, my goodness.
What are we going to do today with no soccer?
I don't even know. It's the first rest day. Is that what I heard?
I guess.
First official rest day with no soccer, no World Cup. Now what?
I feel lost.
It's kind of that weird sports moment today because there's not, I mean, there's baseball, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
No World Cup. There's a little bit of tennis going on. They're approaching the semis right now. We got some semis set up. We'll talk Wimbledon a little bit later today. Some Americans still hanging in there. Some stars of stars going to meet in the semis, and that we'll talk about that. A little major league trade deadline conversations as well. Henry T. Buchanan, hour number 2. Talk some hoops with T. And then we're having a little fun today as we're talking World Cup. We're going to open up with World Cup. Elijah will be here soon. He's hanging out, getting a little interview done next door. We were going to compare, we were talking about this last night in our text, Premier soccer teams versus NFL teams. What's the comparison? We can even do Major League Baseball. NBA, we can do all kinds of stuff. We're going to focus on football to football, soccer to football, to American football. A little fun exercise to do. It's interesting. I've already looked up some of the comparisons, and they're interesting. As you guys are probably resident experts, I know Elijah will be.
I'm
going to go, okay, sure. You can look it up, by the way. I looked it up.
Elijah's going to be well-versed in this stuff. I'm going to be.
There's a website out there.
Okay.
That does it already. There's multiple. I just typed in Premier League versus NFL teams. I'm like, sure. But it'll be a little fun hanging out and doing that. Whole lot of you guys and gals, 402-489-1240. Or join us on Facebook, Twitter. Is it Twitter? I can still say Twitter, right?
It's always going to be Twitter.
Yeah, I just can't get away from it. Join us on there. Hang out, drop some comments in. Always love to hear from you. Hang out with you. Holy moly. Is this your last week of baseball? I'll sell your hat. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I
know that's top dog.
I had to wear the hat today because last night the boys took home the Sand Hills League championship.
Woo-wee!
That one.
Couple years of success rolling you guys' way with a state championship.
Yeah, that one felt, I mean, pretty good. It's you guys were in the league as well, right?
Yep.
I don't know how big your guys' was. I think we had 5 or 6 teams, and
it's
just something that went on throughout the season. You play, the regular season games, and then you make a bracket out of those games, and ultimately we got the 1 seed, and then we were
the bye. Did you get a bye? Did they give you a bye in that one?
Yep. So we played 2 games last night and took that home. And
got it done. You're not done. You got one more tournament, right?
We got one.
This is your send off for the boys.
One more. We're going down to Chicago.
Woo,
actually,
baby.
Yeah, we'll have. I think it's a 12 to 15 team tournament with some teams from Illinois, Missouri. I think there's a couple more out of state teams, but yeah, that'll be our final one. So it's kind of bittersweet, but it'll be a good way to send them off.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on that's big time.
Oh yeah,
it's always fun as you
the way
go off, have success with these boys.
Oh,
because you've been around them for a while, and you always hope for that success. That these teams won. Not only did they develop as young men, right, able to go play high school ball if that's what they decide to go do, but you hope for the friendships that are lasting.
Oh yeah,
and 2, that they just taste a little success, what it's like. Also taste defeat. Feel defeat, get all the emotions, because I think sports that's that.
Yeah.
It's more than wins and losses. I know you hear that a lot, but it's more than that.
The friendship thing, I mean, the what they have built, there's kids that, I mean, there's one that lives over in Crete, there's one that lives over in Denton, and, they're debating, like, do I go to Crete High School, or I want to go to Southwest to play with these boys that I've been playing with the last couple of years, because that's who I want to be around. and just like you said, the way that they've developed. I mean, a lot of these kids that we took from this team we just put together last year.
Yep.
And a lot of them came from rec ball. A lot of them came from AA ball. A lot of them hadn't played at the higher level before. They had the talent. They just had to
just all walks of life.
Just and it all came together, and it felt so seamless. And it's been incredible to see how much they have learned of the game, how much they have just developed over time. Where they're at now compared to the first practice we had last year of them playing catch, they are completely different. It's insane.
Yeah, I got to tell you, like, it's been a year removed from us from this, and it was a special group. What you're talking about. I mean, for instance, and then these boys, most of them have kept up with each other, whether it be Snapchat or whatever. Like, I had like five boys at the house of the night, all the old baseball boys. They're playing poker now.
Nice.
That kind of stuff.
And a lot of them,
they're playing golf together. And
they might go to different schools.
This is 3 different schools.
Yeah.
Now, we had 7 different high schools on this team last year.
Right.
7 different ones. They're all, man, they play golf together. They play they're competing. They're buddies. Like I said, 5 of them in the basement the other day, just playing poker.
Yep. That's really what it's all about.
And then the old teenage, I'm better than you at this, and conversations start to happen, and they're just going at each other. It's just great. So that's what sports is all about. Should be.
Bringing everybody together.
Don't lose sight on that. Boy, I tell you what, we haven't lost. Well, we kind of thought we might lose a little sight after America bowed out of the World Cup, because I know a lot of people probably, like myself for a while, just go, man, World Cup, America, once America's done, I'm done. There's a lot of people out there or just don't even watch it based on the fact that it's soccer.
Yeah.
But there are so many storylines right now throughout the World Cup, you've had retirements from clubs. You've had, there's a level of stars that have bowed out, whatever the case is. But then there's a level of stars that are still just dominating right now. It's all rising to the top. Boy, yesterday, the first match, Egypt looked like they were going to hand it to the defending champions, Argentina. Messi is timeless.
Inevitable.
If he has not, he was the GOAT coming into this. He continues to make head and shoulders above anything.
There is no argument.
Like, is that the sport you look at and go, man, there is no argument?
I saw somebody say the other day
there is not. Like, you talk about golf, there's an argument all the time between the young age and the new age of the older age and the new age Tiger Jack. There's the LeBron Michael conversations. Baseball is a hard one. You can't define a GOAT.
Yeah, that's
okay. In my opinion, it's almost impossible. College basketball, you can debate. NBA, all that you can debate, but I don't know if soccer you can debate.
We'll have to ask Elijah about this, because I saw somebody the other day, and maybe it was different in their primes, but he said, now listen, I am somebody that just started watching soccer, but after watching the World Cup, how was there ever a debate between Messi and Ronaldo?
I don't think there is.
Maybe it was different 10 years ago or something like that, but from what I've seen and where they're at currently, Messi is head and shoulders above Ronaldo.
They get it done yesterday in a dramatic fashion, by the way. Messi scores his 9th goal with his first assist of this World Cup. Is it the Golden Boot race? Looks like he could be leading it. I know there's a lot of people. Maybe Mbappe is right there with 2 assists and 7 or 8 goals, whatever he's got. But this thing came in a dramatic, quick fashion. 2-0, Egypt looked like they were running away. Mistakes capitalized. Was it 3 goals in like 12 minutes? I don't even know the time.
Yes. Yeah. 12 or 13.
My goodness. The attack came, and Argentina goes out and steals one. They've been living on the edge all tournament, by the way.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of controversy with one of the goals Egypt had being called back because of a penalty on the other side of the pitch. And I saw people complaining about that, but if that's the rule, if you can review that and you can determine that there was a foul, I guess that's what the technology is there for. Right?
Yeah, the Egypt head guy not pleased.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
He did not like what was going on. especially at the end. 3-2. My goodness, what a steal! As Argentina looked dead, they'll move on to the semis coming up. Boy, in the second match on the pitch did not disappoint as well.
What a performance by Switzerland!
And is that the one when you look at they've just come out of nowhere?
Yeah,
You don't. I think we've talked about it, but not really.
they're on to the final 8.
My goodness, in a 4-3 win in PKs.
They
like in a match that did not give you a ton of offensive prowesses at one point.
No.
Throughout the match, it was like one of those that was probably played in between the 20s a lot.
Felt like Colombia had a ton of opportunities, and every time they did, Switzerland was just there to defend
Every
it.
time.
Yeah.
Every time. Boy, they move on, man. What a day in there. But now you look ahead. And again, we'll get more on the World Cup. Go ahead. Yep.
Real quickly, I wanted to talk about the pressure of penalty kicks.
Oh.
Is there anything bigger in sports? Like, can you imagine in a basketball game, they go to overtime, and then after the first overtime, they say, okay, you're each going to shoot 5 free throws.
Yeah.
Like,
your starting 5's got to get out there and shoot a free throw.
Yeah.
And match it.
I would be losing my mind, especially as a goalkeeper. What do you do during a penalty kick? You have to guess, right?
Because you're guessing. I mean, sometimes I guess you can hope tendencies come into play, but it's so like short, and they're hitting rockets at you.
Yeah, and I think that's what they should do is just hit rockets at you, because there's too many guys that do like the whole stutter step thing. I think that messes him up a little bit.
A little bit.
Just
they go out and try to slow play it a little bit on you.
Just put the keeper through the net.
that's which happened a couple times.
That's what I would do.
Which really happened a couple of times. But man, again, talking about pressure, those things, you could kind of see that happening. Just a touch.
Because that's not just like a whole state or city behind you. That's your whole entire country watching you one-on-one with somebody having to put the ball through the net.
Yep.
I would be shaking.
I mean, you could see the pressure on a couple. I'm like, one, yeah, it was inevitable at one point. I think it was the Swiss. I don't know his name. They're like, they even announced him and said, this is the guy that missed the only penalty kick the last time they had penalty kicks. What does he do? Just airmail.
Yeah. Into the third row.
Oh my gosh. It's like he like chunked it. But then Colombia, same thing. Pressure mounted when they can get it, and they get it done. Swiss get it done. My goodness. Now again, day off today. Look at the matchups you're getting coming up. How electric the semis are going to be. France, Morocco coming up. That's the only Thursday game, by the way. 1 Thursday, 1 Friday, 2 Saturday. France, Morocco going to be a good one. Spain, Belgium on Friday.
Sneakily.
Boy, the other side is probably the better looking side.
Norway and England.
Woo!
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. What is that going to be? Norway. I mean, come on.
Holland, Bellingham, Kane. Just the style.
Just a bunch of stars.
The stylistic matchup as well, how both teams play. That'll be incredible.
And then, not to be outdone, that Saturday night will be Argentina, Switzerland. Can Argentina get back to the finals?
Or can Switzerland keep up their Cinderella run?
Yes. Have you, a lot of people don't, but have you picked a horse yet? Like, I am at this point, I start looking at like fan bases. I'm all in with Norway right now.
You got to be. If you're talking fan bases.
Like, are we rowing with Norway?
If you're talking fan bases, you got to be.
That's the fan base that has grabbed United States and just embraced it. They've been everywhere. And again, a lot of fan bases have, but Norway's been that base where it's like, man, they are just crushing it.
I do like France, which kind of, I am kind of taking the bandwagon there because they are the favorite.
They're the favorites, right? They are the favorites.
Yeah,
they were the favorites coming in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. I want to make sure that we were right on that. So they were the favorites coming in.
Just on paper, looking at their roster, yeah, they have like 3 of the top 10 players in the world. But I kind of want to root for them too, because we talk about how great Messi is, and then I think Mbappe is up next, and I want to see Messi kind of pass the torch off to Mbappe. He's already won a World Cup. Mbappe has, but just to see him cement his legacy even more. I don't know. I want to see Messi go out with a bang, or I want to see Mbappe bring one
There's
home.
a lot of it out there, the thoughts and how this can go. I mean, of these 4 or these 8 that are left, whew, so interesting. Day off today, though. They get a day to rest, to take a break, reset what's going on, and then get back going tomorrow. So
I'm going to be sitting there twiddling my thumbs.
I don't know what to do today.
No soccer to watch.
Oh, no soccer. We got a little tennis,
I guess. Yeah.
Day off of sports? What is my life going to be like? Oh, I have to go to practice tonight, so that helps. Practice outside, hot. So, all right, good stuff. More World Cup. When we come back, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to jump in. Elijah should be joining us here shortly. We'll talk a little more World Cup with Elijah, and then we'll do the Premier League versus NFL. Some conversations around that and a whole lot more when we return. Good stuff.
Looks like Arthur Ferry and Flavio Cabali are going right now, and Ferry's up.
Is he? Look, that's such a good story. First British wild card ever. 5th wild card in history to ever make it this far. He's the only Brit left.
It was pretty hot and muggy out on the field last night, so the ball was carrying a little bit more than it normally does.
Yeah.
We had one kid, I thought it was gone off the bat. It just kept going and going. He really didn't even hit it that hard. It was just a moonshot, and it just kept going and going and going. And then it hit off the kid's head out in left field.
It did not.
Yeah.
Stay in the ballpark like Jose Canseco this thing or what?
Yeah, it stayed in.
Well, Jose Canseco action? My goodness.
I thought I was going to get tossed.
Uh-oh.
Thought I was going to go out with a bang in our final Sand League.
You're like Sand Hills League, walk off, banged him.
Well, it wasn't even anything with us. We have one of the kids' little sisters. She does she's the Batgirl. And
sure.
And
leave them alone.
We were out in the field, and so she wasn't even doing anything. She was just hanging out in the dugout. And umpire was like, she's got to have a helmet, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, this is the 3rd time I've told you. Next time I tell you, one of you guys are gone.
Whoa.
And I was like, I said, you don't got to be a you know what about it.
ASS? B? C? I don't know. I'm just going through the alphabet.
I'll let you fill in the blank.
Younger umpire?
Older.
Oh, yeah. They're grouchy. They're the ones that stop in the middle of the game when like your boys are like in the walkway with 1 foot out.
Yes.
I've told you got to be in the dugout. Jeez, why are you stopping the middle of the game?
It gets old.
You got to have a helmet. Well, the Royals are fun and exciting all in the same time, both ends of the.
Have you seen this thing about Tolbert?
Oh, yeah, I wrote it down. Did you see this game yesterday? It's crazy.
You see what the Yankees did yesterday?
Mm-hmm. The Royals played the most Royals and Nets game yesterday I've ever seen in my life.
They were so weird.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy hump day. Hydrate, stay cool out there today. Gonna be a hot one. Maybe some late storms rolling in, maybe possibly. How's that coffee?
Went down the wrong
pipe. Yeah. Yeah.
Cold brew, actually.
I like cold brew. That's my choice. Like a nitro cold brew in most places.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It could be the winter time too.
I see it.
I'm a weird one. I have a cup of coffee in the morning at home. It's hot. Then I hit the cold brew on the way in.
Yeah, I like the cold brew because I actually like the taste of coffee,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah, you can get that.
and the the iced coffees nowadays, they're too sweet. You know, everybody puts all these the sweeteners and sugars and all that, and before you know it, you're not even drinking coffee. You're just drinking
No, I think that's a
liquid
younger
sugar.
craze that's going on. Creative coffees, we'll call them.
Yeah.
Creative coffees. And then the development of newer, hipper coffee shops
Mhm,
that are popping up everywhere.
mhm,
Because my kids have become fans of the newer, hipper coffee shops.
mhm.
I think that's where my daughter's going right now. I'm pretty sure.
The cinnamon dolce
Oh,
latte.
it just makes my stomach hurt,
Yeah, it's too much.
you know? Of course, she is. Then the opposite side. Like, I put a little cream in mine.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no
fine.
sugar. No, I just put a little dab of cream in there. But boy, you ever had to try like the rock the black coffee?
Oh yeah.
Woo, that's the morning. That's like the 8 a.m. game. You're traveling to Omaha at 6 in the morning.
Black coffee,
Yeah.
sit on the porch,
Yeah.
watch the sunrise. That's a time right there.
Back in the day, you could read the newspaper.
Ooh,
If it got thrown out in your yard,
yes.
Timeless. I have people that I know that still get the newspaper. They will send me pictures of articles. Look at this.
Nice. That's classic.
Yeah. I just listen to KFOR. Schmitty and Carol give me all I need in the morning. Fair?
Very fair.
Fair enough. Elijah's over there stretching, but hey, welcome, man. Boy, we got I don't know where he went. He's like, it's like, I think I need to get to the morning hookup. But again, when Elijah's good, we're going to talk a little Premier and NFL comparisons because he'll be able to do that with us because he's so up and hip with the soccer world as well. Boy, tomorrow, by the way, as we're talking about programming, tomorrow at the top of the second hour, we will have 2 All-Stars with us tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
2 Salt Dogs All-Stars. As the Salt Dogs, they're hosting the All-Star game here in Lincoln.
That's pretty cool. Haymarket's a good spot for it.
Zach McCleve and Connor, but oh my God, I messed it up. Beniski. I'll get the correct pronunciation. He was the last man in vote. Fans voted him in. They'll be sitting in studio with us tomorrow. We haven't talked a lot of Salt Dogs lately this year, but they're going to hang out with us as we are the home of the Salt Dogs. You hear all the games right here in KFR.
It'll be fun to get like a little insight onto, what their life is like playing in the independent league and
the travel, their history and all that good stuff. Yeah, man. It's not, but by the way, the Salt, we have talked a little bit about them. Remember, they started out, they were a rough start. Don't look now, but they're 4 games under 500, only 4 games out of the lead. They're 2 games clear of last place. They're right there.
Hey, don't let them get hot.
Right there. So, Salt Dogs, they got a lot of room still to go, but we'll have those guys tomorrow hanging out with us as well. So, a lot of fun tomorrow. We'll talk a lot of baseball with the Salt Dogs. Speaking of Salt Dogs, Elijah Herbal just walked in. He's been doing triple duty, quadruple duty, whatever duty you're doing this week, you're doing it good. Don't drop that.
Struggling.
He is not. He's got most of his monster. He has a little monster left, so I don't think he's struggling too bad. There he is.
No, I have is my mic on?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're on.
I'll get my headphones on here. No, I have finished off a coffee and now most of this monster here this morning, so I'm feeling really nice. That means the crash is probably coming, but I hope that's not till later because right now we're partying, we're rocking and rolling.
Well, you cannot sit down. You cannot let it just relax.
The temples are buzzing.
Keep it
Just sit
rolling.
here, do some jumping jacks.
Yeah, just keep going.
Breathing
Just
hard
keep
into the
going.
mic. Just because I'm excited for the show, baby.
You are. Well, we're there. As you're getting set up, we're going to talk a little World Cup with you as well. But yesterday was electric. Maybe the best day. We've said this before about the World Cup. We thought we had the best match of the World Cup.
It just keeps outdoing itself.
It just did out, especially the first one yesterday. Again, we're going to talk this real quick. World Cup, get the updates right there again. But then this Premier League versus NFL stuff, it's interesting because you are the expert on this and the comparisons that are out there. And again, whatever website you look at, it's a lot of fun comparisons. But Messi, Argentina. I brought up the question after watching that yesterday. Won 3 goals or whatever, 12 or 13 minutes. They got it done. Messi gets his 8th or 9th. Is it the 8th of the World Cup and his first assist, whatever that is? When most sports, there's a GOAT debate. This one, there's not.
Well, if there was still any question, this World Cup has put it to rest. He's the greatest of all time.
His age, what he's done, his career. I mean, just being whatever it is.
Well, and it's even a game yesterday where through the first 70 minutes of that game, he was struggling to make an impact. He missed a penalty. Didn't really look like he was his usual self in the attacking third. But then when Argentina needs a hero, who steps up but Lionel Messi? Who steps up? Inevitable. That's how it feels with that guy. It just feels like it is inevitable at some point he is going to make a difference in the game.
It doesn't matter how long it has not been a factor, then he always becomes a factor.
Yeah, gets the assist. Now they have life. And I'm not sure, we've talked about this before. The BBC has that really interesting software they've been putting out this World Cup where you get the POV view of every single player on the pitch at any given time. Mm-hmm. The view of Messi for that game-tying goal, the equalizer, was just silly. He is in a crowd of players, hits it with the left foot, could not be more picture perfect into the top of the net, ties the game. His celebration said it all, what it meant to him. Mm-hmm. And then the reaction after the match, where he's crying on the tears, and I know he wasn't technically involved in the game-winning goal. He didn't need to be. He had done his part to get Argentina back into that game, gave them life. That crowd, the stadium was on fire. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he is doing this all as an MLS player. And the MLS has been the butt of a lot of jokes going on 20 years in the soccer world. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what, soccer world? The best player in the freaking world is playing in the United States.
Yep.
And he's 39 years old, 38 years old, whatever he is. Timeless, inevitable, greatest of all time. Enjoy him while you can.
Yep.
Tom Brady even said yesterday, and I think he's just being dramatic because of the company that he works for, but he said he thought that could have been better than 28-3.
I saw that.
I don't think so. Given the moment, it's not a World Cup final. Hey, if that happens in a World Cup final, I'll anoint it. But it was special nonetheless from Argentina.
That was just, I guess, goats recognizing goats in some sense of that comment. But Argentina gets it done. Then you get the PKs in Colombia, Swiss coming out of nowhere. They advance.
Switzerland's been a surprise to me.
I know. That's the one I think everybody's going, huh.
Now they have a tough. Now they have Argentina.
A lot of storylines. A lot of storylines that we'll get to. But today's a day of rest. Their first day of rest.
Today's the day of rest before you look at this quarterfinal schedule.
It's incredible.
Just banger after banger.
Does it not remind you of, like, it feels like the NBA situation, East Coast, the East and the West? Because the West looks like it's on the other side.
Well, let's just lay this out here, because first, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, you have the first quarterfinal with France and Morocco.
Which the favorite is right there in France.
It's France. But Morocco is the upstart younger team that's trying to make a name for themselves, trying to put themselves on the map. They won the U20 World Cup just a couple of years ago. That talent that won the U20 World Cup is now playing for the senior team in this World Cup. That is a Morocco team that knows they can make a big name for themselves, put themselves on the map, put themselves near the top of the soccer world with a win over France tomorrow. That should be a fun one. You know, Morocco is going to be playing all out, but a lot to deal with Mbappe and Olise on the other side. So that's going to be really tough. Spain and Belgium. Belgium finally look like a Belgium team that we have come to expect over the last 15 years against the USA. Can they keep that momentum rolling?
Don't give them any motivation.
Or do they just have motivation for that game? We'll see. Spain has been good, not great this World Cup. Best way I describe that Spanish team is they have a boatload of talent, but sleepwalking is not the word. Belgium's been sleepwalking. Spain has just been kind of ho-hum. So we'll see. Game of the weekend, Norway and England.
Oh, my gosh.
Norway, my bandwagon team. Thank you very much. Erling Haaland has been incredibly fun this World Cup.
We said that earlier. We were talking about a minute ago about who you're riding with. I'm riding with that fan base. Yeah. That fan base has been the most adaptive to America's than there's been in the entire World Cup.
And it's a team that plays, I think, harder than anybody else in this World Cup. Against an English team that showed heart against Mexico, one of the toughest environments you'll ever face in a World Cup. They won that. So both of those teams should be riding high. I'm putting that one as a coin flip. I think a top 3 player at this World Cup against an English team that if they start getting it rolling and feeling the juice, which that team does, that country does, I should say, that self-belief comes back that, hey, we invented soccer and we'll go kick your butt in it. They haven't won it since 1960, the World Cup. They're due. And then Argentina, Switzerland should be advantage Argentina, but we'll see.
It's coming up, baby. Take your day of rest. Enjoy it because it'll get back at it tomorrow on the World Cup side of it, which led a conversation about soccer.
Well, yesterday, after the Argentina game, YZ sends us a text and essentially says, man, I've been missing out on soccer. It's electric. I need to find a team to support. And I'm sure there's other people in the country that are feeling that same way right now as well. And it was, for me, I'll go back and go personal experience here. The 2014 World Cup was this moment for me where I watched the U.S. and I know they fell against Belgium in that World Cup as well, but kind of that moment where I'm watching every single game and I'm like, I had a team a little bit, but wasn't a diehard, didn't support them all that much. And it was Tottenham. I'll tell you why.
Give me the Tottenham conversation.
2011 FIFA video game. Tottenham had this guy named Gareth Bale. He was one of the best in the world for a long time. This is before he went off to Real Madrid. He played for Tottenham. He was unstoppable in that game. So I played as Tottenham a lot. Also, I was 12 years old. And Tottenham's logo, I'm not sure if you've looked it up. Do you know what it is? It's a cockerel, a chicken, on a ball. It was a cock and ball. As a 12-year-old, hilarious.
Anything with the second word there, ball, is funny.
Yeah.
I understand.
So, 12-year-old thought that was hilarious. They had the best player. I'm a Tottenham fan. 2014 World Cup rolls around. I'm loving it. I'm like, all right, let's really dive in. Let's get into Tottenham. And that was the worst mistake of my life. So
speaking of Tottenham, as we're having the conversation of comparing Tottenham or whatever Premier League team to NFL team, what's your thought on whatever? There's sites out there you can look for this type of stuff. And Tottenham is now on this site compared to Chicago Bears.
I'd compare him to a division rival. I'm going Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
They're usually solid. They never win anything, and they always find a way to disappoint you in the end. They'll blow it.
That's what this says. It says this one says both have the Bears, obviously this one, both have claims to be bona fide big teams thanks to their historic success and locations. Neither have actually been really winning things since the 80s. Each team's 2018-2019 had 12-4 record for the Bears. Champions League final for Spurs was more than a aberration than a trend.
See, Tottenham has this moniker, Spursy, which means they'll play really well and blow it in the most important moments. To me, that's the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears would also work, but I am a pained Tottenham fan. As I said, worst mistake in my life picking Tottenham to follow. But we got to pick a Premier League team here for Caleb.
Well, here's one. Here's a comparison, by the way. And I know you and I talked about this comparison, but not the one you like on it. But the Patriots, your Patriots, are compared on this site to Manchester United, and all it says is the two great evil empires of their respected sports.
I would disagree with that at this point in time, because to me, Manchester United, yes, they're evil. They're also the most popular team in the Premier League, and they have a great winning history, but it hasn't been there recently. You know who that is to me? That's the Dallas Cowboys.
I can't be associated with the Dallas Cowboys. I want to pick a team that's like, they're not, they're storied not to be, at the top every single year. I need an underdog, something to root for, so that when they do come to success, it actually means something. And what I'm confused about with soccer leagues, there's multiple all around the world, if I'm not mistaken, right? There's England, France, Spain.
Every country has their own hierarchy leagues with a top league. If I were to compare it around the country, like to what we have here, the Premier League is the Big Ten. Okay. They play a physical style. It's not always the sexiest, but they are one of the top two.
Okay.
The SEC, to me, that's Spain.
La Liga.
They probably have the most famous players there. Top to bottom, very, very talented. And the fan bases of Spain, raucous. It to me feels like the SEC. And then the German league is the Big 12, high scoring, lots of offense, craziness that ensues. Italy, I'm not sure. Italy probably would have been the Pac-12, which top heavy, kind of off doing its own thing the entire time. That's the best comparisons I have for the top leagues. And those are, generally speaking, the top 4 leagues: Italy, Germany, Spain, and England. So that's kind of the comparisons I would make for you as you can, if you try to compare American sports off to the Premier League.
And then is U.S. soccer, the MLS, is that kind of
like that's
kind of a joke, or
it's not even the MAC. That's like Sunbelt.
Sunbelt.
Sunbelt. The MAC is the Dutch league. That's the MAC, where it's fun.
See, that's what I want.
It's fun. You don't actually have that many, aside from people in Dutch, people like Matt graduates. You're not gonna have that many diehards, but the people will turn it on TV because it is a fun league.
Which one is compared most to like D-League Mahoney softball?
D-League Mahoney softball.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones you just rolled out. You got a bunch of buddies, competitive.
But a couple top players that
just a couple top players. Yeah.
Saudi league.
All right.
Difference being Saudi league's got a lot of money, but they get a couple top players from internationally, and then they fill the rest of the team with Saudi players who are not very good.
Goals upon goals. I want,
so if you
some
had
dudes that are kind of out of shape out there.
if you had to tell me a team that was kind of like middle of the pack, but they're sneaky and they got some solid talent on them, that's who I want.
Ooh.
Newcastle.
Okay, that's who I was looking at too.
You're talking about they're going to beat some teams they shouldn't beat, lose the teams they shouldn't lose to.
Yeah,
they're going to surprise you.
Yep.
See, Newcastle as well. They have some history to them.
But they're not champions every year.
No, they're rarely champions, but they're usually competitive. But they'll also have that occasional down year where it makes you question your fandom. Aston Villa's another team I'd put in there, but I'd put Newcastle above Aston Villa. Newcastle, what's the comparison here in American sports? Honestly, the Red Sox wouldn't be a terrible comparison for Newcastle.
Oh, perfect.
Wouldn't be the worst out there.
I can hate my life even more.
Well, recent years with Mahomes is kind of ruined. I'd say traditionally the Chiefs. Traditionally the Chiefs would be a good comparison for Newcastle, but Mahomes has kind of ruined that comparison because they're so great recently. But they have a super passionate fan base out there in Newcastle. Historical, they have St. James Park, which is one of the older stadiums in the Premier League, big capacity. Anthony Gordon, who you've seen playing for England, I'm sure. He recently just left Newcastle. Barcelona got him, so Newcastle has a huge influx of money that they get to spend after the World Cup, and we'll see what they do with it. But Newcastle will be a fun one, and I also don't find there's not a huge number of Newcastle supporters around here.
Okay. I think I'm going to take my talents to Newcastle United.
Oh, there we go. We have an announcement.
Mm-hmm. And that's a fun one, too, because
breaking news.
Like if you want a team that's going to win a lot, you go Manchester City, you go Arsenal. I hate Arsenal. Probably Man U or Liverpool. Those like the big four in terms of like historical dominance. They're always really good.
And that'd just be boring. Like, I'm going to get into a new sport and bandwagon onto the winner. No, I get it.
Do you think I think this is interesting that we're all talking about this, and like, is it the influence of the World Cup that's happening right now? But is it I think that's what's happening, but the influence of the World Cup on your soil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is bringing these conversations to light. And you wonder what new fans it brings. Because for me, watching this World Cup, I've never really got into it. I've watched America.
Mm-hmm.
I've been that guy. I've been that American sports follower that once America was out, I've been out. I don't care. My team didn't win. I don't care. But for some reason, maybe it's just their own American soil. I'm looking closer at the fan bases, how they've adapted America and some of its traditions. Maybe it's because the stars of stars are starring out, if I can say that. And maybe it's the match. I don't know. It's something about what's happening right now. It's got my boys glued in. It's got me glued in because like tomorrow night, it's like, man, what are we doing tomorrow night?
I think
or whenever it is, I want to watch.
I think it's the passion as well.
It's because there's a ton of Americans going to these games.
Yeah, but it's both fans and teams, the passion, and how I compare it. Like the difference between the World Cup and regular league soccer is the difference between NFL and traditional college sports. Traditional college sports has the players back before they were getting paid. Mm-hmm. They were out there for the love of the game because they had the school pride. They want to make a state proud. That's kind of like what these World Cup guys do. They do all this training and they make all this money. But if you were to ask each and every one of them, what trophy do you want to win more than any other trophy? to a man, I'd say almost every soccer star out there would say World Cup trophy, because playing for your country means more.
And I think it's interesting also that since it's on American soil, I'm going to read you something that right now that I think what's happening in American sports is that it being on American soil, that it's also bleeding to other sports because there's so many top-notch American sports right now. For instance, the PGA Tour. Look at the number of international players that are on the PGA Tour right now, and their team is still in it. Victor Hovland's doing this. They got the Genesis Open happening right now. He just said, first tee, we're doing the rowing if we beat England. Like, it's bleeding into conversations amongst other major sports in America because there's international stars. Like, it's Rai who just won the PGA Championship, Englishman, Victor Hovland, Norway. They're having conversations. And I think that's a pretty intriguing development of all the major sports that are happening. I mean, there, without it being on American soil, we would not have the Scottish takeover of Fenway. We would not have the rowing going on at PGA Tour events. We would not have the city of Lawrence, Kansas, adopting the Algerians. Like, it's an amazing bleeding of fanship to cities and other major sports that I don't think it's, I mean, we've seen it before, but it feels different this time.
It feels like for the past 20 years, soccer's slowly been infiltrating its way into our country. I don't think in the 90s America was ready for soccer.
No.
I think America's more ready for soccer this time around. And I think social media has helped that as well, is that you get to see what it means to everybody else. And you kind of, I think Americans have started to come around on why the world loves this game so much. Is it the most exciting game that is played in the world? No, absolutely not. But it's the fact that it's so accessible to everybody.
I agree.
That's what makes it special to me is it's accessible to everybody and everybody cares to a man.
Yep. You get a day of rest. Tomorrow we can get back at it. So let's take another break. That's good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us as well. Let's take another break. Speaking of something that it brings you into certain times of year, it's Wimbledon. There's a lot of great tennis stories. Talk about that a whole lot more when we return. Morning, Shane. Good morning, Flood XN. Shane said, if I have a busy Saturday or Sunday, I always start with black coffee. A shot of espresso. Hey, boy, that'll get you wired. Flood X10 said, pick based on team's hat, YZ. That's a good way to go. You're a hat guy. He said, I'm getting a new Salt Dogs hat, 25 years hat.
Well, what's interesting about soccer is they do change uniforms every single year. And unfortunately, I don't love Newcastle's uniforms as much this year as I have in years past. They have like some weird light blue accents.
My wife would hear Newcastle and think, man, that's a pretty good beer.
Well, it's brewed in the same place.
Yeah, pretty good beer.
I was more here to make sure you didn't pick a team that you would really regret down the road. Yeah, I don't think Newcastle you'd regret down the road.
Yeah, we're helping you stay out of the way.
Like, don't pick Coventry. Where did Newcastle? They finished 5th this year, so they're playing Europa League. It's 3 points away from Chelsea in 4th. Oh, no, that was 2 years ago. What did they do this past year? So I don't think they were that good this year. They were 12th this year, so they're selling off some of their good players to kind of reinvest into the squad.
See the stream?
Born to be Magpie. I forgot that's their nickname.
The Magpies.
Every single team's got their own little. It's not like an official mascot, but it's what they call themselves. So Bournemouth is the Cherries.
Proud to be a Magpie.
Tottenham Spurs.
Are you really proud to be a Magpie?
Arsenal's the Gunners. Man City's the Citizens, which is terrible. And United.
Man City have Holland on there.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But you can't support Man City because that'd be like getting into NFL this year and supporting the Chiefs. It's like, congrats, you've picked the team that is dominant recently. Took a lot of effort for you to pick that one.
Congratulations.
Oh, West Ham's the Hammers. One of them, Wolverhampton, just goes by Wolves now. They're Wolverhampton Wanderers, but they just go by Wolves. What's fun about Newcastle, though, is that we talked about they've sold off a couple of their top players, but they've made like in the past 12 months, I think they've made like over 300 million that they can go reinvest back into young players.
Nice.
So there's a chance if they spend that money wisely, they could be really, really good in 2 years.
Welcome back to the morning hookup. A few moments left. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday, on a hump day. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Boy, we've been talking about a lot of different sports. World Cup. Boy, Wimbledon has not disappointed either at the All England Club. It's one I love to watch. Got the grass out there yesterday. Boy, it did not disappoint. Coco Gauff advances to her first semifinal of her young career. She'll get a chance to maybe make that final for the first time coming up. But a lot of eyes were on Djokovic yesterday. 5-set thriller that went to a 5th-set tiebreaker where he gets it done in the longest match of the tournament so far, just over 5 hours. What amazing stuff, by the way. 24-time Grand Slam champion. That was his 45th career win over a top 5. He has 45 wins over top 5 players, and we're going to get what I think everybody maybe hoped for, a rematch.
Jannik Sinner, Novak Djokovic.
My goodness, on center court with a 24-time Grand Slam. He's 2 victories away from the 25th Grand Slam.
But
speaking of things that are timeless and inevitable.
Good luck against Jannik Sinner.
Yeah, it's going to be a big-time matchup.
You have the other quarterfinals on the men's side going down today. Actually, right now as we speak, Zverev against Fritz. Fritz the American. So
that right now, by the way,
4-2 Zverev on top. And then you have the unseeded, what's the guy's first name? Ferry from
Arthur Ferry. By the way, he's
up 5-4 on.
It just completed. He wins set 1, 6-4.
That's big.
As we talked about it, he's the first British ever wild card to get this far, 5th in history.
Yes, he's up in Sabali right now.
6-4, first set victory. Ooh, Fritz just got broke, by the way, too. Did you mention that or not? I don't know. He just got broke. He's down 4-2, up 30-15 in game number 7.
So we're rooting for Fritz today. I think it's American.
The lone American.
And then so you'll have the semifinals tomorrow, and then your Wimbledon final on the men's side coming your way Sunday morning.
Weekend's going to be beautiful. The All England Club.
On the women's side of things, the quarterfinals went down both yesterday and today. I think you talked about Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
She falls, but Coco Gauff gets the win. Today, not even going to try to pronounce Kostiak.
Sure.
Kostiak, the 12 seed, takes down Paolini. And then you had Neskova take down Mertens.
Yes. Right now, that's as if you're looking at the Coco Gauff match, that is 7:30ish tomorrow morning. And Mokova, is that it? Mokova, she's a slight favorite, projected 51% chance to win. But Coco looked pretty good in sets 2 and 3 yesterday. She figured out that first serve success that she had yesterday. So a lot of electric stuff. Get finals this weekend coming up.
You know what also has a final this weekend?
Huh?
Love Island.
Oh, God.
I almost texted you that.
We're good. We're good.
With no sports going on, you guys could get, caught up with what's going on.
I almost
in the
texted
villa.
you. I almost texted you that. I think it was during the American-Belgium match. I'm like, well, at least you have Love Island to get to.
I've got to umpire baseball.
My wife,
this
not
weekend.
my wife, my daughter came back from somewhere yesterday. She goes, I won't be home until later. I'm headed to my friends to watch Love Island. Heart emoji.
Yeah.
Coming up, a lot more. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll have Stories You Missed. And also coming up after the break, the myth, the man, the legend, Henry T. Buchanan. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
where your mortification is.
Enter Handyman's 11th annual Ugly Bathroom Contest.
You got your very own handyman to help remodel your home.
Take a snapshot of that outdated, ugly bathroom and tell us all about it.
The Ugly Bathroom with the most votes receives $3,000.
$1,000 for second. Third place and the best written submissions both get $500.
Enter online at handymanhome.com/contest by July 29th.
Vote online July 31st for your favorite.
No purchase required.
If your vanity's a calamity,
If your lighting's frightening,
here's your chance to turn an eyesore into a bath you'll adore.
with help from Handyman Home Remodeling Center. For the very best in bathrooms, come to Handyman under the arch on Sun Valley Boulevard, Lincoln.
Handyman.
When it feels like the world has stopped, good finds a way. Good is happening, even now. Good connects us, even when we can't get close. Good never stops, and neither does Children International. With support from caring friends, we help provide children and families with the critical essentials they need. Essentials like food assistance, hygiene education, medical help, and financial support. To learn more, go to children.org/help today. Together, we can help end poverty for good.
Save big money on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Update your window treatments with window images, blinds, and shades. We carry everything you need, including vinyl, aluminum, and faux wood blinds, cellular shades, and more. Plus, get them trimmed to width in-store for free. Save big on window images, blinds, and shades. Check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump says the U.S. isn't through striking Iran following Iran's targeting of ships in the Strait of Hormuz.
They were in the strait, which they have every right to be. And so we hit them very hard last night. Very, very. Let's probably hit them hard again tonight. I'll give them a little warning. We're going to hit them hard tonight.
Earlier today, the president declared the memorandum of understanding, which led to the ceasefire, to be over, and says of the key stipulation for starting the war.
They'll never build a nuclear weapon under our deal, but I don't know if we're going to have a deal. We may just do it without a deal.
The president commenting while at the NATO summit in Turkey. Oil prices up over this. Also, the markets are shaky on further fighting. Dow is down 740 points. Pakistan's Navy has recovered wreckage of a missing cargo plane. The search continues for 5 crew members who were on board. Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner facing even more calls to step aside after more women came forward accusing him of sexual misconduct. He has until Monday to pull his name from the ballot, says ABC's Jay O'Brien, but there's disagreement on who should be put on instead.
There is this question about how state Democrats are going to move forward, and this debate right now between establishment Democrats and progressives that if he were to drop out, who should replace him? Should it be, as progressives demand, someone who has that kind of outsider anti-establishment bent as Graham Plattner? Should it be a more moderate? Because as some moderate Democrats have said, they learned their lesson with Graham Plattner and that he's not electable.
A very tricky situation is how a structural engineer, Joe DiPompeo, describes the state of the building on Manhattan's east side to shift, leading to evacuations this week.
Once the immediate stabilization occurs, they have to look at the other columns around it and see if they're prone to the same thing happening. They're probably going to shore more than just the failed column. They should shore everything above to the best they can. It's easier said than done.
You're listening to ABC News.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A former Husker wrestler is back in custody. Good morning, I'm Jeff Motes. We're at 82 degrees at KFOR. Following up an arrest warrant issued out of Lancaster County, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office late Tuesday morning arrested former Nebraska wrestler A.J. Ferrari after he was seen coming out of a home near Bennington. The warrant was for third-degree domestic violence, first-degree false imprisonment, and third-degree assault by strangulation, suffocation of a pregnant woman. Court records showed that a woman filed a protection order against the 24-year-old Ferrari. A hearing was set for Tuesday to give him a chance to show the court why one should not be issued. Previously, Ferrari was booked in Lancaster County for an outstanding warrant in January of this year, but those charges were later dismissed. Ferrari had parted ways with the Nebraska wrestling team in April. A hit-and-run case from late on the morning of June 5th is part of this week's Crime Stoppers report from Lincoln Police. It happened when a man driving a pickup truck was pulling into the parking lot of Menards at 27th and Fairfield. LPD forensics technician Becky Keller says after hitting the vehicle, the man gets out, sees the damage, and then a few minutes later goes into the store to make a purchase.
Menards provided some images of the individual we're hoping someone can identify. He's an older white male. He was wearing an orange and salmon-colored striped shirt.
The man was driving a newer white Toyota Tacoma pickup truck. If you have information about this hit and run, call Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600 or visit LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. Another reminder, it's National Parks and Recreation Month, and Lincoln Parks and Rec, they're celebrating by thanking over 800 employees on staff for the work they do each day.
This is really when Parks and Recreation shines. So excited that this month we can celebrate and appreciate the great Parks and Rec professionals in our community.
Lincoln Parks and Rec Director Maggie Stuckey-Ross told Lincoln's Morning News on KFOR Tuesday that many of the over 800 people who work for Lincoln Parks and Rec are seasonal employees that do work for summer day camps, work the city pools, and take care of the city's trees and public gardens. Sunshine today and a high around 94. Right now it's 82 in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Motes, KFOR News.
Lincoln's best wings together for a great cause. The 9th Annual Wing Fest, organized by United Way's Emerging Leaders, is saucing it up on Saturday, July 18th at Haymarket Park. Wings served 5 to 7 p.m. with live music until 8. Get your tickets today at wingfestlincoln.com. All proceeds help fund creative learning spaces for youth in Lincoln and Lancaster County. wingfestlincoln.com.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys.
When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Hope your Wednesday is off and rolling. Middle of the week. A little break in the action, hopefully, for you. Well, the music's playing. The man is there. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, what's up, brother?
What's up, Bill? What's up, YZ? Man, what's going on? Hey, man, what kind of hat you have on there? What's that say?
Got it. This Briggs Ranch. Briggs Ranch, another place I've been.
Is that just a resort or
golf
yeah. Course?
Yep. It's part of that network and stuff out there. It's a pretty good little place. We had a little fun. I went back there in February, I think.
Okay.
February. How's your golf game? Are you getting at it still on the weekends?
Oh God, I think I came to the conclusion that either I'm going to start taking this game serious or I'm going to continue to suck. One of the two. I talk a good game. It really came to the forefront last week when you were out, buddy. Thanks for telling me. But
you know what, man? There's so many great people here. They just take you.
Yeah. Home. Oh, yeah. They did a great job. I gave them some props last week. I enjoyed visiting with them, man. YZ and Elijah. But Elijah going to bring up on the radio show about my score because I'm part of that 18 birdies.
Oh, he's tracking now. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so I should get on that just to see this.
Yeah. So he basically just says, "Oh, so you're pretty honest when you play," and I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" So it throws out my score of the big whopping 107 at Woodland Hills.
Whoa. Well, at least he didn't say, did he say 107 and you said that's adjusted?
No, that's a legit 107. Played with my attorney buddy, Mike Hansen. He shot a 109. I think that might have been the first time I've ever beaten him, even though they say we play against the course. But let's be real. Whoever you're playing with, you want a lower score than them. And the only reason I did beat him because he went in the 18 up, I think up 2 strokes maybe, and I ended up birdieing it, and he doubled it.
So, I don't often look at handicaps, but I'm looking at my partner's handicap.
What is it now, 2?
No, is this the right guy? This can't be right. It says he's a 12.
Who?
I'm looking at it right here.
Who are we talking about?
Jerry.
No way.
I got it right here.
Now, when I was in town,
his low was a 10.
When I was in town the other week, he told me he shot a 72 at, I want to say Highlands. He shot a 72. So how in the world is he a 12 handicap?
That 72 is not on here.
Oh, okay.
I don't see 7. I see 82. Let's see. Where did he play that one? I got it right here. His highest score in the last 20 is 84.
Oh, okay.
My partner's good. We're going to need strokes.
No, we need plenty of strokes because my game is going the opposite way. So we're going to have to figure this out, or I'm just going to have to start going to the driving range and start practicing because it just – it just kind of hit home when Elijah brought that up on the show that he saw my score on 18 birdies. And I'm like, yep, that's true. But but it's kind of cool because Bryce Williams is golfing. So I know when he golfs, a couple other buddies. So if if we're connected in some type of way and you're on that site and you're keeping score on that site and, I get to see who's playing, where they're playing at, and what have you. So Bryce has been playing quite a bit of golf, so nice to see that. But I know he's in the summer league though too. I can't wait till this Vegas summer league starts.
Again, we're speaking Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, I think maybe your schedule should zero around as yesterday they announced the date for the Nebraska Creighton game. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No, I didn't. When is
they're
that?
making this real interesting. Obviously, we're up at that place this year, but how about they're going to throw that game December 5th, and that's a Saturday, my friend.
December 5th.
How about throwing it on a Saturday for us?
Wow. What time? They have a time?
No, I don't think time's announced yet. They have got it out there, though, that they're going to give us a Saturday affair up at the Hoo Jays.
Really?
How about that?
Man, that's not a bad date, though. I mean, I'm got to start looking at my calendar. I haven't been to a Creighton game in quite a few years.
What does that mean? I mean, do you think that are they trying to make this more? I mean, we know it's a rivalry, but when you get on a Saturday, it seems like it's going to mean more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. It's going to mean more for, well, especially with Creighton, with the new coaching staff or coach or what have you. And I don't know how many players they brought back from last year. I saw they had a recruit that they committed, I think, yesterday or day before.
Maybe. I don't keep up with them. I don't keep up with those peeps.
Oh, well, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, and that's going to give me opportunities. This is not a weekday game.
Yep, that's what I was talking about, man. That's talking about planning a trip.
Yeah, I'm already on. I got it written down. I have it written down because I almost wanted to make it to the South Dakota Sioux Falls tournament or game. And our women going to be up there too, right?
I believe so. Yes, I've not looked at their schedule quite close yet. I've been kind of keeping track of what's going on with the men's schedule, because it's really starting to take shape when you start to look at it. And I've asked you this before. When you guys look at your schedule, like, how do you start breaking it down? Obviously, your non-cons are in play. You're getting a couple of a couple exhibitions. St. Louis, at BYU, Providence. There's some bigger names. You got the December 12th. You get the Missouri down in Kansas City. You got Creighton. Obviously, you get Butler on your schedule. Boise State. When you guys start to look at it, how'd you break the schedule down?
Well, with us is that ours was all preparing for conference play back then. Back then you played foreign teams, for exhibitions, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, teams like that. And before your pre-conference games start. And really you're just playing really at that time is more about the chemistry, playing time, because this, let's be honest, the conference play is what counts. And these pre-conference games, the only thing they're doing is really preparing you for the conference play. Then when you get in conference, then your ultimate goal is to make it to a postseason tournament and finish strong in the conference. So, and I think it's important now that we are on the national map, especially with how we're finished last year with the Sweet 16 and playing for the Elite Eight opportunity and should have won. I hate even bringing that up, that, more teams are going to want to play us for right now, because as we continue to get better and the programs continue to stride, teams are going to start dodging us. So they better try us now. And I think we made a huge statement last year, with the way we started, starting with the exhibition games, speaking of BYU, with the number one draft pick and going 20-0 before we lost a heartbreaker at Michigan with two of our best players down and a couple controversial calls that we should have beat them, that they end up becoming the national champion. Just to show you, and I was telling a gentleman yesterday that, he asked me about what was two of the biggest moments of this last season. And I told him, of course, the first win in the March Madness NCAA tournament, and actually that Michigan loss, because that Michigan loss really told us where we were at and how good and great we were to play that tough, even though we slipped a couple of games when we got back on track. But that game there told me everything about this program and about this team and about this coaching staff. And but every game that you played prior, and I like that schedule. You talk about Butler, the old Missouri Tigers, the Boise State, who probably got a chip on their shoulder from the Crown tournament from a couple of years ago. St. Louis, Providence, the Big East. This is going to be a nice test. So it's, we don't, every year our pre-conference schedule is getting tougher and tougher, which I think is really good for us in preparation for the Big Ten play. So I'm loving it. Now I'm just trying to figure out which games I'm going to try to make it to. Because it's going to be really, really nice. And the really good thing about it is that the interest that we are garnering, from not only our fans but the nation. And we're on the map now, fellas. We're we're still a football school, but basketball is done walk through that door, and we don't plan on going back out of that door anytime soon. So I think we're in a good spot, and I'm looking forward to see how this team gels. I was just looking at the roster earlier, and with two of our shortest players at 6'4", Kale Jacobson and Connor Season, and everybody else is 6'6" and high and taller. And athletic. And I'm pretty excited about the product that we're going to put on the floor this year. And the key is how well Coach Hoiberg and his coaching staff is going to, implement their system, and how well the existing players like Frager and Price and Kell and Connor and Henry Burt and Leo is going to bring these 8 new players. Didn't we have one more scholarship?
I think they do have one, but I don't think that's one of those that's like, we'll just wait and see what happens, or maybe award it somewhere else.
Well, I don't know if we need anyone else unless somebody just can't miss. But I think all the can't misses is already gone. So
well,
I think
speaking of garnering interest in players on the team next year, there's a lot of buzz around Bowden Kapke right now. And he, if you just go back and look at his college career, in his first year, wasn't a starter, but saw good minutes on the floor. Next year, saw another uptick in minutes. And then his third year last year at Boston College, he became a starter. And that just shows his progress and development over the course of his career. What have you seen out of him when you were in town, and what are the coaches like about him?
Not only him, I just think the aggressiveness, the passion that they play with him, and along with the new additions, and just the work ethic. I saw a lot of that. And then the Boston College played in ACC, so they had a battle. He had a battle Cam Boozer, and North Carolina, Wilson. He had to battle some guys in that ACC, so he's battle tested. And to be honest, I think, I just hope, and nobody's taking the Big Ten lightly, because the Big Ten kind of showed out this year, and they're playing well in the summer league, but I like him, and I like all these new additions, and I love their character, their personality, and they're just genuinely nice kids. When a person walks into that gym while they're practicing, they must have thought I was somebody, I don't know, but they were taking their times, running over, shaking my hand. How you doing? I'm like, hey man, focus on practice, man. I'm just here to observe. But I like him. I like the transfer from Utah Valley State, San Diego State, the freshmen. Hey man, y'all are going to be very pleased with what you see, including him and everyone else. It's going to have a different feel. But it's going to be, you're going to see a lot of up and down, and you're going to see some athleticism at all positions. And then you're going to have Price and Frager out there putting the ball in the bucket. So, it's, Derek Vic told me not to drink the Kool-Aid, but man, after I watched that practice, man, I can't get enough of the Kool-Aid, and I'm looking forward to, I don't want to put too much on this team. But and what's good about these transfers, like they said, they come from programs coming from a Power 5 conference. So it's not like they're coming from a mid-major or something like that. San Diego State, we're in the Final Four a few years ago, and Utah Valley State, that with Grand Canyon, I remember Grand Canyon upset Gonzaga in the tournament a couple of years ago. And, these players are battle tested, and they're not going to be intimidated by the Big Ten. And I think our fans is going to be very pleased with what they're going to see this upcoming season, including all the transfers. I think they all can make an impact. The big problem is going to be like it was last year. How's the rotation by the time the Big Ten play? What's that rotation going to look like? Because let's be honest, it's tough to play 10 to 12 people all year. Mm-hmm. You got to cut that rotation down to 7 or 8, and then the other piece, who's going to redshirt? Because I think
5 for 5, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it's a good point. And then you can't even afford to redshirt folks, because if they don't feel that they're getting the short end of the stick, they'll just transfer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of, and I'm not saying that about Quentin Rhymes, because it's just kind of reminded. I was hoping that he stuck around, but I get it. He sit there for a whole year and understands that maybe this is not the system that I want to play in or what have you. And I just don't know. I was looking forward to him, but that's something that we're gonna have to worry about every year, and especially with the days player, where they have options now. Going to the highest bidder, or going to a program that recruited you out of high school, or through the transfer portal that well, hopefully these kids, if they're putting their name in this transfer portal, that they've been contacted and not just get lost in the shuffle. And I haven't saw the statistics recently on players who don't find schools when they put their name in there, because I know at the beginning it was thousands of players not finding homes, and we don't talk about that enough.
Nope, it's definitely a fascinating era of college basketball, college athletics right now as we get to it. So we're going to take a break. You might have some friends. I'm not sure. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back more with the legend, Henry T. Buchanan.
How's your game, Bill? How's your golf game? I know you play all the time.
The phones were lighting up. That's why I said I didn't know if somebody was calling in.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
How's your golf game?
Mine's been pretty good lately.
Oh, I bet.
It's been pretty good. I don't know. You know how it is. Like I go in those stretches where I play well and I do a lot well. Then I go on stretches where I can't chip or I can't get off the box.
Hey, you got to remind me the next time I'm in town, and if I bring my golf clubs. Maybe I just got to take it out of the bag, but I was golfing somewhere. It might have been Wickapall, really great. You know how you find a ball and everything?
Yep.
And I found this golf ball, and it had this emblem on it. And I'm like, let me see what this is. And it was a North Carolina.
Oh, baby, let's go.
No, and I had it with me in Lincoln a couple of weeks. It was in my bag, and I forgot I had it in there. I was going to give that to you. Yeah,
baby, let's go. My kid, has a one of his wedges is a custom Carolina wedge with a.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah,
got it for Christmas for him.
Especially out here in Arizona, who finds a North Carolina ball? It might have been what's his name, Williams.
I think Roy gets out there.
Well, no, not him. The player, that Scott Williams.
Oh, is he out there?
Yes, and he used to do the basketball analyst for Grand Canyon University.
Boy, he
didn't do it this year, but the year before he's been doing it for a while. Yeah, so it might have been his. I don't know.
That's a blast from the past.
Yeah, Scotty Williams.
He's a pretty good player, pretty good post guy.
Yeah, he was tough. Played with the Bulls. I think he beat out, I want to say, Carla Hayes.
Did he?
The Bulls, I think, back in the day. Of course, Michael probably had a little say on that. Tar Heels versus a local Chicago legend.
Jeez. Yeah, well, there's a couple influential guys on Chicago teams.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Where do you think LeBron's going to go?
I think it's a Cleveland situation.
You
I
take
look at some of these rosters and like, I don't see it working. I don't think Miami has enough of what he wants. I know Giannis is there, but there's just not enough. Philly seems weird.
Deep Vic. Amazing how everyone's golf game is going well and no evidence to support that.
Hey, look, go look at mine. I'm on the Gin app. Go check out my scores.
Hey, at least I'm honest about my game.
Yeah, I'm honest about mine. Look,
I think shoes sandbagging, fellas.
I mean, look, I can shoot. You go look at my other ones. Like I have had a bad stretch, and then I've had a good stretch. So I can shoot I got a 94 in there, an 84.
What course?
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Husker legend Henry T. You can hang out with us on the morning hookup. Boy, D-Vic, come on, man. No evidence support good golf. Look at my gin. My gin it's out there. Right now it says I'm a 10-8. But look at those scores. Like there's a 94, there's an 86. Yeah, I was bringing in an 81, an 83. I mean, yeah. It's legit.
It's legit?
Mine's legit. Every score goes in. Look, you can see mine. Look. I even put 9 holes in.
Yeah.
I put everything in.
Well, normally that's what my scores are. I one of my course I play every Sunday, Dobson Ranch. I put in my back nine score. We walk the back nine and get breakfast and some mimosas. Well, they do. I just haven't had a chance to have any mimosas or what have you, and Bloody Marys recently. But I put my scores in for for the back nine, and if I play 18, I'll put my scores in for 18 because I'm just curious to where I'm at. But I never checked mine. Does it automatically calculate your
it doesn't. But I don't know about the 18 birdies, but I use the Gin app, the USGA Gin app, and it'll do it for you.
Okay.
I think it takes your 20. There's some weird formula about it, but it does everything in the Gin app for you.
Oh, okay. YZ, how's your game?
Oh man, I haven't gotten out this summer. I'm kind of scared to bring out the clubs. I don't know what's gonna happen.
So I have a chance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
These boys have talked about wanting to do a Elijah YZ scramble versus me.
Ooh.
Hooks, you
Well, I
probably
told
still
YZ
win.
last week he's in my league, so I love to play with him.
I can drive pretty well. As soon as we get to the irons in the short game, it kind of falls off a cliff.
Drive for show, putt for dough.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say.
I think about golf when we're talking about golf, and obviously the Scottish Open's coming up this weekend. The thing, again, we're all amateur golfers, right? We all do other stuff. But I would say this, and I've learned this probably over the times of being an avid golfer, is play the right tees.
Yeah.
Play the right tees.
Well, I can play senior tees now.
Yeah, and that's fine. If you want to play, you play. I think you play where you're going to have the most success and fun playing a game that's a timeless game, that's a lifetime sport. I played last week, went out to a place in Nebraska City, a very beautiful golf course, got hosted out there, and we played one set of tees, which was the right set of tees for me, shot 81. Played great for me. We backed up. We played with a different group the next day. And I played from like 400 yards further, 86. It wasn't as much fun for me.
Yeah.
My game is not, I'm not banging the driver, And again, if amateurs are telling you amateur wise, if they're telling you're banging the driver 300, they're probably lying to you. It's like a 240, 230, 240. Let's be real.
Oh my goodness.
But just play the right tees. If you're out there going, play the right tees.
Playing with Piakowski and Bo Reed and Jason Peter and and Kendrick Ford and them
Hey, those guys are bangers though.
Oh my goodness. And hit it far straight.
They got that body. They got that 6'2", 6 and above, whatever body, athletic, and they can still just crush it.
And then there was a former football player that, they had a little, before that tournament started, a little longest drive competition, and we were stuck in the parking lot, Bo and I and Pike and some others. Bruce Chubbuck was out there, and Kendrick Ford. We were just shooting. We missed the the group photo and the competition, because we were just yapping up, because when we don't get together that often, and when we do, we always got to catch up and stuff like that. But I've never played with Pike or Jason Peter, and I've been with Bo. I didn't play with him. I just rode in the cart while he was crushing the ball, so I've seen him play. But golly, man, I mean, we were birding every hole. We could have easily went 20-something under.
Woo.
But Jason had to leave because I think himself and Grant Winstrom had a radio show they do at 2:30, so he had to take off. So he missed the last 7 holes or so. But golly, he crushes it, and man, it was just fun playing with guys that good. And they were able to use 2 of my putts, and I sunk 2 putts because I went first, and then I think I chipped on the closest for one of the holes one time. So I think they used 3 of my shots out of the whole day.
Again, we're speaking Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, hey, let's talk about the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And man, I know you came in at different times at Nebraska and age-wise and all that stuff, but Nebraska lives in that portal world.
Yes.
That's Fred's mojo, picking the right players, picking the right culture, all of that stuff. Talk about the things that helped you when you got to Lincoln be incorporated into the culture, because I think there's a science and art to that, to what makes Nebraska successful right now. Fred's talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the culture in place. You've got guys, returning guys, Price, Frick. I mean, you name them right now from the culture side, but talk about being integrated into that to make a good team, because that's a special part of what's happening at Nebraska.
Well, it was easy for us when D. Vick and myself and Jeff Reckaway transferred from junior college to University of Nebraska. Coach Nee had kept Brian Carr, who was our all-time assist leader in the history of the program. Bernard Day, who D. Vick and I had played against in JUCO. He was at Mobley with Mitch Richmond. We had Bill Jackman, who had just transferred back a year or so prior from Duke. Keith Newbert, who's been in the program. Joe Sealer, who's been in the program. Mike Marks, who from Beatrice, who's been in the program. So we had guys who had been there, who's played at that level. Of course, when we brought our coach, Coach Bargan, who we was familiar with, and Coach Bargan was integral in some of the offense and defenses that we ran, along with Coach Nee, and then of course Arden Reed was there, and Jeffrey Grace was there as assistant. But it was nice, familiar, having a familiar coach, which was our coach, Coach Bargan, being there and implementing some of the system that we had at Hutchinson JUCO, and then some of the players. So our transition for us was a lot easier than it would have been if we didn't have Coach Bargan and some of the players that stuck around. Because, I don't think y'all realize it, but Coach Bargan had interviewed for that Nebraska job back then. And I think he wanted to bring our whole JUCO team. We had 8 D1 players on our team with 7'5" and 6'10" and 6'9", 6'8", 6'6", 6'6", 6'7". I mean, we were big, and I was the little point guard at 6 foot. And so we were loaded. And a few of the players did go to Oklahoma and Okie State, some other K-State, some other Big 8 schools at the time. So for us, the transition was almost seamless, and then we were starters too, so we were able to adjust, which is similar today in today's game. And then I think I've told this story before with Coach Hoiberg. He was part of the transfer portal before it became transfer portal back in his Iowa State days, because a lot of his players were players from other teams that transferred in, but they just had to sit out. And about time he had built his culture around the transfers and some of the players who had stuck around, his system was implemented. And it was easy for Coach Nee to implement his system with the current players and then all of us who transferred in. And, Bo Reed came along with his dad, Arden Reed. Eric Johnson transferred in from Baylor, which, when you talk about transfer, but he had to sit out. And Richard Van Pogies was a freshman that first year. And so we had a So we had a combination of some existing players, experienced players, and at the time, Brian Carr was battling Cedric Hunter for the all-time conference assist leader. And I think Cedric ended up beating him out because they, of course, went to the tournament and won the national championship. Well, he didn't win it because he graduated the year before, but they did go to the tournament our junior year. So it's an adjustment that you have to make. But what's important is that players believe and trust one another and trust the coaching staff. And I think that's where we have it here at Nebraska now. The coaching staff is together. The players believe in their coaching staff. The trust is there. And when you watch these kids practice, you can just tell that, there's no putting your head down. There's no frowning. If you miss your shot, there's still encouragement. I mean, it's just a whole different vibe in today's game, because you expect to see different players on teams each year, and it's just fun to watch, and it's fun to watch how these teams and how these players adjust, and how we're only going to see these players. You hopefully to see them 3 to 4 years. Hope Frager hangs in there. If he has another great season, I think he's going to put his name in the draft, and then Price will be gone, and I only want to talk about that because we got this whole year to get an opportunity to enjoy watching these kids play.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about NIL as well, and just how Fred has kind of built the roster. In today's day and age, you want to pay players, but you don't always want to go out and just get the most talent. And the way Fred has built his team is, you have talented guys, but it's also something that fits their system. How do you think everything just has come together with how Fred has, the personnel wise and the culture wise, everything coming together?
Well, that's a great question. And first you got to think about, let's give the donors credit for allowing Coach Hoiberg to go out and recruit these type of players. And what we saw this past season with Burke, asking for whatever he asked for, and going to Vandy to get his money. But he got the players that totally understand it, who's bought in. A lot of players, you got to keep in mind, the facilities is huge. The coaching staff is huge. So we got some advantages. And players are willing to take lesser money to play in this program and play for a coach like Hoiberg.
Well, because with that, Nebraska, yes, we have advantages, but if you look around the rest of the Big Ten, Nebraska doesn't compare to the money that they have. They're in like the bottom third, and so what they're doing with what they have is very impressive.
Yes, it is, and I think players are seeing that. Coaches are seeing that. But our fans, I saw a clip where a gentleman finally, that he's a college personality, college basketball, and he said that hands down, Nebraska fans, and people don't realize that when recruits see that support away from home, who doesn't want to play for a coach and coaching staff like that, and in front of fans, that type of fan support that is legit? This is not a fair weather fans. They're going to be there, win, lose, or draw. They're going to be there. So I think those are some of the advantages that we have. Now, do we have Michigan money and other these big time schools money that's been around and things that sort? Yes, for football, but basketball isn't there yet. And we're getting there. But I am impressed with what this coaching staff has been able to do with the money that they do have for NIL and how they're distributing the money amongst the players that have earned it, not deserved it, earned it.
Great stuff. Hey, also, I want to ask you about the support that you guys are getting, the alumni. I mean, obviously, you've been the mayor of that, leading that charge, but what it means to you guys, to get back, because you just saw Nebraska basketball just posted a picture, and guess who's back in town sitting there talking with Coach Fred? Sammy G. Sammy G is back in town hanging out there at practice.
No kidding?
Yep.
That's my guy. Yeah, didn't they just win a championship over there?
I think so, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
he just won
But
a
it's
championship.
just talk about it. Like, you guys are welcome back. You get to go in and hang out, and and I think the players see that too.
And that's huge. And I used to, D. Vick and a few used to talk about that a lot, where you watch a Duke, North Carolina, you see their former players behind the bench.
Oh man, they got a summer league almost. They have this weekend where they bring back all the dudes that can come back and they play against the current roster.
Yeah, and when you think about how big time programs alumni support the program, who comes back, who's visible, and how huge that is on the current roster, the current players, to understand that we may not have the culture or the tradition or the reputation as your blue bloods and things of that sort, but Coach Hoiberg has built something that Coach Nee started. Well, I'm not going to discredit coaches prior to him because all of them were successful in their own right, but from a tournament and winning tournaments and what he brought to the table, getting it started, and I just think Coach Hoiberg is in the right place at the right time and the right man to do the job. And I think the donors and the players is recognizing that. And we'll get lucky on some of these guys who can probably get more money at a different program, as Burkay did. I mean, but I'm not, that was a tough loss, but I think we replaced him. So I think we're okay there.
Speaking of that, have you seen? There's some. We got Huskers in the summer league, my friend, and we get a chance to watch it. They put the schedule. Have you seen that?
Tomorrow, Mass play, and then the others play. Some of them others play Friday.
Yep, Sam. So you got Williams and Alec. They're going to go out Thursday. They're on Prime Video, by the way, 4:30 and 6:30, and then we get to see the debuts of Sam and Rink on Friday, 10 p.m. 3 p.m. Boy, that's a late one. My goodness. 10 p.m. on ESPNU for Sam, and Friday as well at 3:30 for Mass on ESPN2.
I can't wait. I'll be home. I shouldn't say this. Can anybody hear me? Well, at home, I got a TV on a roller that I roll in the hallway. So I'll be watching those games while I'm working. I'm really excited for. Who I'm really excited for is Sam.
Yeah, I want to see what that looks like, man.
Yes, and for the simple fact that how he started and some of the things he had to go through as a coach's son and earning his playing time, eventually starter, and the impact he made on this program. And what better team, because I live out here, so I'm being biased, live out here, if he sticks with the Suns, which I cross my fingers that he does, I'll become a Suns fan.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, yeah. And I know that one of the scouts, Phoenix Suns scouts, I'm good friends with him, so I won't have no problem making it to the games.
Well, it should be good stuff. It should be really good stuff with that stuff, my friend. So,
yes.
You talking? You got it? Until you take a breath. All right, good. Well, T-Man, we're up against it, my friend.
No kidding.
Appreciate you so much, my friend. That was good stuff, and I can't wait. Like next time we can talk about these league debuts for these guys.
Yes, I can't wait till next week because I'm not going to miss any of these games, and I'm pretty, and also McKay. What's his? God, who's the other kid from Australia? Is he back on the team this year? McKay or what's
yeah, you've got three guys, I believe. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. There's three guys that are with their national teams. Ty Webster,
the FIBA World
Jack McVeigh, Casey Tamanaga, and Casey.
Yes, and I see Ty Webster is playing some great ball right now.
Yeah,
Still playing.
It's amazing. Like they just made some really good careers on the other side.
Well, that goes to show you the talent that's come through Nebraska. And recently, and you got some NBA players, some overseas players. You got some coaches. Got some coaches. I mean, people don't realize how good a coach Jeff Rickaway was.
Yep.
He won a national championship in AIA. St. Francis out of Indiana. Did well at the Division II level. And then, of course, Ty Lue speaks for itself. I mean, arguably the most decorated Husker, when you talk about as a player and a coach, I don't think, matter of fact, nobody's even close to that.
It's hard to get to that level.
Absolutely. But I am proud of all of them, and I try to keep track of all of them. And I can't wait to get back to Nebraska when the season start.
Yep.
I'm just trying to mark down what games I'm going to try to make it to, man. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, T-Man, we appreciate you so much, my friend, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll get you the link, and we love that you share that, and love to have you on the show, my friend. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay blessed.
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas. Enjoyed talking to both of y'all. Take care. Have a great day.
Absolutely.
You going to send me the link?
I got you, T.
All right. Appreciate you, my man.
There he is. Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. Hang out in the morning. Hookup. Let's take a break. We'll come back and do stories that we missed. Get up.
What is that? You hear that?
It's a little buzzing sound. And was it my mic?
Yeah, it's good now.
There we go. Oh my God. That was the first time I had heard it. Oh, there it goes. Coming back. Is it like my, now it's gone.
That's so weird.
First, I thought it might've been me. I'm like, oh, there it is. It's back. Gone. Who's messing with us? There it goes. No, not. Yep, back.
I can't unhear it now.
It might not even be there.
Yeah, it's not even real.
Let's see if they put those out yet. Let's see here. Oh. Oh, not the ISO. I don't want that one. Boo. Or do that. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yep, there's that story. There's that story. Oh, that's what I was gonna do.
You hear about you hear what Pulisic said after they lost about his injury? Like, I get to rest now.
Oh, geez. That makes me irritating.
Come on, dude. It's the World Cup. If you actually can't walk, fine. Other than that, get on the field.
The stories we missed. The Morning Hookup.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Special thanks here to Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan, hanging out with us, as he always does on a hump day, talking Husker hoops. Boy, you see this. You mentioned it earlier, and we're going to get to it. Sorry you missed. I don't know if you missed it, but the Royals have been bad. Yesterday was an epitome of a game for them. They win 16-12. I don't even know. It was hard to watch. Whatever. But that wasn't the story. Tyler Tolbert, He tied and made Major League Baseball history yesterday. 12 consecutive plate appearances and 12 hits. Had a chance to break it. Flew out to right field. But, man, and then a couple of those things, like, you have to be pretty lucky at times.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of those hits yesterday were, like, underneath, like, oops, like Willie Mays Hayes style.
Yeah. And
12 plate appearances, 12 hits.
He's fast. So, you can have those little squeakers and make it to first base. This is kind of way too simple math, but 200 hitter on the season, okay?
Yeah.
The odds of a 200 hitter getting 12 consecutive hits is 1 in 244 million. The odds of being struck by lightning twice in your lifetime, 1 in 234 million. So,
oh my gosh.
He broke the odds of getting struck by lightning twice, essentially.
My gosh. I just thought it was incredible. 12 times.
Yeah. 12 hits in a row, 12 straight plate appearances for a 200 hitter on the season.
Do you want to take the Yankees story?
Oh, yeah.
I
I'll
you
take
like this one.
Well, Tyler Tolbert's not the only one making history. The Yankees struck out 17 times versus the Rays for the second straight game.
34 strikeouts in 2 games.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't look now, but the Yankees are spiraling and the Red Sox are kind of trending up. So right before the All-Star break, we're starting to see. Now, granted, the Yankees are missing Aaron Judge and Stanton and everybody, but it's always good when little brother does something that you can point and make fun of.
Boston not in last place.
Really?
No.
I didn't even.
Was it this morning?
Overtook Baltimore?
Yep.
Nice.
By a game. Or a half game. They call it a half game.
Hey.
Not in the cellar anymore.
We'll take what we can get.
How about that?
The Yankees now have 824 strikeouts this season, the third highest mark in the American League.
My God. Who's got the top?
I'm not sure.
My goodness. That's a lot of strikeouts, and they're not the top.
It's not going to be any easier for the Yankees today either. They're going to face another strikeout-heavy guy in Shane McClanahan, so maybe they'll get 18 strikeouts today.
Speaking of not getting any easier, and that's the Live Golf situation, as there's a lawsuit been filed by the World Golf Group, the Premier Golf League. They've accused Live Golf and the PIF and Golf Saudi and other defendants of breach of confidence, unlawful means of conspiracy, claiming that they're the ones that created this new golf league prior to Live doing that. They're seeking anywhere from $210 million to $630 million in damages.
Oh my, what a mess. What an absolute mess.
There was also reports out there that they're that it's really getting to the head now that they're telling let me if I can find that report. That about like they're like starting to ramp down some of the administrative stuff on the Live Golf side. Live Golf this is the report coming out. Live Golf is informing its staff of the potential for job cuts and workforce reduction in the coming months. The news comes amidst the league holding off all staff meeting. So possibly reduction. They're starting to make their way out.
Oh man. Not reduction, but addition. The Wizards made another trade yesterday, adding a veteran in Chris Middleton. And as you kind of start to look at this roster, it's kind of rounding out to be pretty solid for the Washington Wizards.
Check that. I had this discussion with my kid yesterday. They could be one of the most improved.
Trey Young at point guard, rookie AJ DeBonsa, who we all know he might be a rookie, but he's going to be an incredible player in the NBA. Kaishan George, still a young player in the NBA, but showed flashes last year.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis, Alex Sarr, and then you have a bench of Justin Champagnie, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Middleton. You have a really solid roster for a team that has been middling for how many years have the Wizards been bad?
Mm-hmm.
It's time for Washington sports to start turning it around. The Nationals are good. The Wizards are going to be good. Pretty fun to see.
Ohtani hits a home run, by the way, last night, becoming the 7th fastest to 300 home runs.
I couldn't believe that he was only the 7th fastest. I thought he would have been like the fastest. It feels like he hit that really quickly.
He's also the 107th player in Major League Baseball history to 300.
Now, we talked about earlier.
Here's his 6 players quicker, by the way. If you're Stanton,
really?
A-Rod, Juan Gonzalez, Ryan Howard, Ralph Kiner, and Aaron Judge.
Okay. I guess those names make sense.
Mm-hmm.
We talked earlier about, in baseball, determining the greatest of all time is kind of impossible. But if you want to have the discussion, Ohtani has to be up there.
Yeah, I just think it's that discussion because he's two-way. He can do it a lot of, he pitches, he plays defense, he hits and all that stuff. Because it's so debatable on how you get that done.
Yeah, what are your
I don't even know.
What are your guidelines for calling the greatest player?
I don't even
time?
know. It's so hard because I'm like, I think it's so, I don't say the word, but it's so divided. Greatest offensive player, greatest defensive player, greatest pitcher, greatest right-handed pitcher, greatest left-handed pitcher. I mean, it's so.
Yeah.
Could be Nolan Ryan, could be Sandy Koufax. Could be Tony Gwynn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or how do you define greatest hitter? Right? Greatest home run hitter. I don't know. It's so hard. Coming up tomorrow, World Cup preview. Jeff Moat, special day with Moatsy and some Salt Dogs All-Stars and a whole lot more. Have a great Wednesday. Catch you on a Thursday.